Welcome. This is the time that we meet the legendary Mike Okoth, who played for the national soccer team Harambee Stars na alivuma enzi zake. We are very privileged to interview Mike Okoth. Karibu sana Capital TV.
Asante sana.
Maybe first of all, hebu tueleze kule Belgium, unaendelea vipi? Siku mingi sana.
Belgium nimetulia, nimesettle baada ya career, niliamua kukaa huko kwa sababu ya family. So far tuko sawa kabisa huko.
Halafu tuambie Soya utakuwa one of the guests, and that is the guest of honor, celebrity guest. How do you feel giving that opportunity ukuje ugrace occasion na hapa kwa soil yako Kenya?
I feel honored. It's a big event. To appreciate the efforts of the other sports men and women. So it's a big honor for me to be invited to be a guest of honor in that event, which I think it's a good thing for the organizers to appreciate also a Kenyan born as an honorable guest in that event.
Take us through. Everybody remembers when you are playing, scoring goals for Harambee Stars, because I think since you made impact for a national team, it's Dennis Oliech who took over. But again, the name Mike Okoth cannot be forgotten. Maybe tell us, do you think that we're in the right path? And the last time that Kenya qualified for AFCON is when you are playing. That is in 2004. Do you think that Kenya will make it to 2019 Cameroon?
Everything is possible in football, but you also know hard work has to be put in. There's nothing that comes easy. So if the federation has the right focus, has the right mindset, I think it's possible, because talent, we always have talent in Kenya, but nurturing it is a big problem. If you see our leagues, our sporting facilities, our fields, we still have a problem with that. So if we focus on that, we have the talent, and it's possible. So we just have to focus on that and put the effort needed.
You do also seen your son Divock Origi playing for Belgium national team, and also playing had an impact in Liverpool, now playing on loan in Wolfsburg, Germany. Maybe do you think that Kenya can borrow something here that can enable us develop our youth structures, and eventually Harambee Stars be a football team that can be recognized by all outside there?
Yeah, as I said before, we have the talent, but the management and the structure of our football is still something that we have to work on. So, for example, when I was playing football, we had this inter-primary. We had those days Nairobi playing against other counties, not counties then. It was it was divisional. It was divisional those days. So we had teams from primary school, and then we had secondary schools, which kept us moving to the right path. So I just think that we should focus on that, give our youth a chance to play, but play in the right way, with the right coaches, with the right facilities. And then after that, I think when they grow up, they will grow up knowing what is needed to be the top, which we can achieve. Yeah.
How do you see our 2019 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers pool, where Kenya is pulled against Sierra Leone, we're pulled against Ghana, who we're facing next, and then we're pulled against Ethiopia, our neighbors here. We already played our first match, which we lost away. So what do you think Ghana we're playing next? Can we make it through that pool, and what's your thought on that pool?
It's a difficult pool. But if you see, Ghana is a strong team. We all know that. They have achieved a lot. They have played in the World Cup. But at the same time, if we train well, I saw that Kenya had a new coach, a coach that I know is a good coach. So he can bring that professionalism in the national team. But at the same time, the national team needs a feeder. So when you have a feeder from the under-17, under-18, they should concentrate more on that for our future. But at this moment, they have to give everything for the qualifying games. And the other teams are beatable. Ghana is also beatable. So just believe in ourselves, and put in the hard work, and we can succeed.
Divock Origi, how do you think that is developing well from Liverpool? Had an impact, Klopp giving him some time, coming off the bench and scoring goals. He's one of, we usually brag that he's a Kenyan born, he's usually one of us. Maybe, do you think, first of all, that he made the right decision to play in Belgium?
It was a tough decision, but as you know, he was born in Belgium, and all along he's played all his football, the Belgium system from the under 14 in the national team throughout the national team. So it was difficult for him to change mentally and physically. It was a little bit challenging for him to change from Belgium to Kenya, knowing the conditions that we have. Just to be honest, knowing the conditions that we have here in Kenya, it could have been very difficult for him to adjust to the situations. But I think it was a right move for him to play for Belgium because he's used to the Belgium way and the Belgian lifestyle. Yeah.
You back him to succeed in Wolfsburg?
Yeah, he's a young boy. He's still 22 years old. He's 23 years old now. But, you know, at that age, you need more game time. And that's what he was missing in Liverpool. So that's why we decided to give him a break and go to Germany to play more. So he's playing more and more. He's playing 90 minutes. He's playing 75 minutes. So he will develop and definitely will come back stronger.
His cousin Arnold Origi also followed suit, leaving gloves for Kenya. Now he's a goalkeeper for Norway. Right decision also?
No, for Arnold it's a little bit different because he has already played for Kenya. So there's no way he can play for Norway. For him, it was more personal decision, and having an Norwegian passport is just making sure that he can secure his future as a person. But still, he can also play for Kenya at the moment because he's already played for Kenya. Having an Norwegian passport doesn't mean that he cannot play for Kenya. If they go through the requirements by FIFA, he can always play for Kenya.
And maybe World Cup, Belgium. Are you seeing them succeeding coming in June? They're in difficult pool also, yeah, England.
They're in a difficult pool, but at the moment Belgium doesn't have to fear anybody because if you see the talent they have to do something. Even us in Belgium, we expect them to reach the finals. Yeah. That's our expectation. After that, anything can happen. But with the qualities they have, with the talent they have, if the mindset is okay and the fatigue is not there at the end of the season, because you know most of them are playing the Premier League, they will reach far. They will reach far, and we have high hopes this time round than last time. Yeah.
Maybe what is it difficult for Kenyans to go and play a pro? Because nowadays you're seeing more Kenyans going to play abroad. Michael Lunga, we have the likes of Victor Wanyama. Is it more easy than your days? And what is so difficult for players to make it through?
You know, in our days it was a little bit difficult because there was no exposure. So you either play for the national team in the African Cup of Nations, or with your club you succeed to reach maybe the finals. Then other people will see you. But these days, if you have talent, you have YouTube, you have all these channels where you can expose yourself. So it's a little bit easier, but at the same time, it's a challenge. When you reach there, you have to perform also. So it's not just a matter of reaching there; you have to perform also, and that's the challenge that we have. Because just a small example, if I can give you, the youth, like in Belgium now, they play a minimum of 8 hours per week. But here, our youth, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours per week, which you cannot compare. It's not enough. So by the time you reach 21, 22, when you go to Europe, or you're 18, 19, because from 18 is when you can go to Europe. From 18, 19, you will still need time, maybe 2, 3 years to adjust to that level. So we still have some work to do.
Finally, what is your message to upcoming youths who are looking at Mike Okoth? They want to be like Mike Okoth. They want to be like Divock Origi. What message do you have for Kenyan young footballers? I saw in Kothbiro where young players are nurturing their talents. What's that powerful message that you have for them?
For the youth, always don't give up. Don't give up, because you never know when and how it will happen. Like me, we just played, but we didn't know that one day I dreamed of going to Europe, but I never knew that it will happen. So don't give up, continue working hard, no matter how difficult sometimes the situation may be. Just believe in yourself, put some extra work apart from the normal work that you do with the coaches and all that. Put some extra work for yourself. And eventually, when you have the talent, somebody out there will always see you and use those channels like the YouTube. These young guys, they are more familiar with this new technology. So use those channels to expose yourself out there.
Are we short of strikers in Kenya, as people are saying that we have never filled in the shoes of Dennis Oliech?
Yeah, if we don't score goals, then we don't have strikers. So it's a challenge to the strikers to show that we don't miss Mike, we don't miss Dennis. So somebody has to fill in Dennis' place. So it's a challenge to the strikers to prove that we people who are saying that we don't have good strikers, they have to prove us wrong. They have to score more goals then.
Thank you so much, and welcome here anytime at Capital FM, and wish you all the best when you go to Belgium and say hi to Divock Origi.
Thank you very much for this fine opportunity for me to talk to my fellow Kenyans, my fellow sportsmen, and it's a pleasure to talk to Capital FM.
Asante sana. That was Mike Okoth, the father of Divock Origi, saying that the youths need to work hard to make their way through and be the professionals that the way he was, and also his son Divock Origi. This is Capital TV and Capital FM. Stay tuned.